Hello and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. Last time we managed to actually make it onto the Zero, and we've ended up here at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. I don't know what this place is all about, but let's have a chat with Maurice. How's it going, Maurice? Get a good rest in the truck? This leg is getting kind of stiff now. Look, Conway, it's not all about you and your stiff leg. Come on. Was he having a good rest? That's what we need to know. Yeah, I know you love a drive. Sorry about all this walking. I mean, Maurice does look like a pretty sad old dog. I mean, probably incredibly wise and capable of killing Conway in a second, but at the same time, it's a very old dog. So sorry about all the walking, Maurice. Maybe we could both use the exercise. I'm sure it's hard on your creaky paws, too. Oh, don't be condescending. We could both use the exercise. How's it going, Shannon? Have you seen Weaver yet? Because I think there's water over here because there's a fishing line, and I'm concerned about that. Didn't we just pass this place? Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction? Yeah, we should probably ask that. Yeah, it looks like they're still open, but it must be the night shift. What do you think they're doing here? Looks like an office building. Looks like a cathedral. What do you think? I mean, I'm gonna level with you, Conway. It looks nothing like a cathedral. I mean, I'm very confused by the television sets that are all over the place, but it does kind of look like an office building, sort of. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. Yeah, sure, Shannon, whatever you say. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? I mean, what do you mean by inside? Because, I mean, we're inside the world here, and we're outside of the building. So technically, Shannon, you're being pretty darn vague about where here is right now. How about both? Huh, yeah? Huh, okay, very poetic. Shut up, Shannon. You don't even know. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Are you implying that I have a terrible sense of direction, Shannon? Come on now. Oh yeah, my leg's still broken. That's not the best. What's up with the barrier? End of the line? Seems that way. I mean, it could be under construction, but it's hard to tell. Not for us, I hope. Shannon, unfortunately, there's water nearby. I can literally hear it. Weaver is just waiting back there somewhere to just push us in and just hold us under the water indefinitely. I mean, I'm concerned to go this close to the water to begin with, but, you know, apparently we can't interact with the fishing line. So where are we going to go then? It's kind of hard to tell. It doesn't look like we can actually walk down these stairs. I mean, maybe if we come to the top of the stairs, we'll get like a little icon. No, looks like the stairs are off limits. That's for sure. So maybe we can make it past this construction sign. Aha! No construction sign stops us. You think your construction sign's so cool. Oh, what the heck? Well, maybe we are inside the place, because this seems to be a reception desk. Excuse me, receptionist lady. I've entered another dimension, and I am very concerned that I do not understand its Euclidean ways. Could you possibly assist me? Hello? Oh, hey. There she is. Hey, receptionist, how's it going? Is this a non-Euclidean world? Because I'd be concerned about that. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. Will you? Quite frankly, I'm gonna have to level with you. I don't have any whiskey with me. Maurice is very much against the, Oh, wait. Oh, whiskey? Dude, you know that truck that, like, went off the road and we and Maurice went and, like, checked out the crash and there was, like, whiskey everywhere? That was totally the truck that she's looking for. Unfortunately, your truck crashed, and this is an antique truck, which has little to no whiskey in it, unfortunately. Want to settle a bet? I'm actually pretty busy, but sure, what's up? Can you both be inside and outside at the same time? Conway, don't be a downer. He's trying to be a Debbie Downer here. I can see Conway there. He's like, oh, I don't want to have any fun with this non-Euclidean world. Let's just ask. Wow, okay, is that like a philosophy thing, or are you just lost? I mean, I'm lost, but it's also a bit of a philosophical thing. So if you could answer it on a philosophical level and then on a we're lost level, that'd be great. Huh, okay. I wouldn't say you're dressed like a philosopher. No, she's dressed like a revolutionary. Come on now. I wouldn't say so either. Ho ho ho! Well then, you just got sassed by Shannon like nobody's business. Just a hobby then, I get it. Take care of the heating and cooling here and watch the front desk. But at home, I do watercolors. I love my watercolors. I don't think I trust Marianne. Marianne seems to not quite be fully hinged, if you catch my meaning. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. Hey, you know, they proposed to have that distillery replaced with a cemetery, actually them being the same thing at the same time. I totally rejected that in another person's body. I totally rejected it. It's legit. What are you celebrating? What do the boys from the distillery look like? That's a good question. What do they look like? Do they have a specific look? You've never seen the boys from Hard Times? Well, count your blessings. They cut a grim profile. Marianne, there's no need to be sketchy about that situation. I mean, it's just people from a distillery. They can't be that concerning. Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. Yes, we happen to be looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Is this Dogwood Drive? Is there even a Dogwood Drive? It's hard to tell. No! You don't know? Mary Ann, you were supposed to be the key to our salvation, and you've ended up being nothing more than a nope? Disgusting! Putrid! Conway! Turn your back on this person and throw them into the sea! Or the river! Or the river sea. It's hard to tell whether or not it's a river or a sea. I mean, I can't really see it, so I can't quite tell. You're gonna need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first, we gotta get you in the system, and you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Ew, I don't want an appointment with an ingestion clerk. Ugh, disgusting. Now, let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There are some books over there in the waiting area. Or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? Well, I've seen a grotesque. Whoa! Wrecked! What? Who turned on all the televisions? That is incredibly sketchy. Please don't suddenly turn on all the televisions. The television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest: a scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. I'm betting the bird ripped the hair right off the girl's head. She was just walking along and the bird was like, that's where it's at. What is this? The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have belonged to a different crab. Who stole that crab's shell? Well, more properly, who did that crab steal a shell from? That's the proper question. What's this one? The television is playing an instructional video on elevator design. It is crucial to maintain proper lighting in an elevator. In the absence of sight, passengers' sense of motion is greatly enhanced. The passenger should never feel as though they are physically ascending or descending. The elevator should create the illusion that the building is flat. This is the mark of a successful elevator design. It's kind of sketchy, but yeah, no, I would kind of agree. I mean, I like the sensation of up and down, but you know. The television is playing a closed-circuit security feed of a housing project. The feed switches mechanically between locations. A hallway, a disused plot of grass, a stairwell, a mailbox. Is that legal? Are you allowed to just play that in random places? I feel like that's a privacy thing. A television is playing a silent video of an empty theater. A microphone sits in the middle of the stage. The lights are slightly dimmed. The speakers hum impatiently. Marianne, you get the worst channels around here. Like, the nature documentary, the bird cartoon, those were fine. The empty stage, the sketchy CCTV cameras, not acceptable, Marianne. Not acceptable. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient. You never know. Hey, look, there are people up there. There's a fat guy and a not-so-fat girl. Oh. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process. Ugh. But she's the only one with room on her plate for this evening, if you know what I mean. Marianne, you really need to consider your choice of words when you have the ingestion process and things on your plate. I don't appreciate that. My schedule, she says she's on the 5th floor reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there, 5th floor. Oh, very interesting. Thank you, Marianne. I hope to never meet you again because you are incredibly sketchy. What's going on over here? Are there actually any books? Oh, there are some books. What are these books all about? 3 books are piled up on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haikus. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. Ooh, what's in the envelope? The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Well, I'm going to level with you. That could actually come seriously in handy at this point, because I have the feeling that we are going to bizarre locations that require ritualistic instructions to get to. Oh, check that music, though. She's on the 5th floor, right? I mean, that's what she said. Scans a column of elevator buttons. 5th floor, 4th... Oh, we can go to every floor. Bears? What do you mean the 3rd floor is bears? We're gonna go to the 3rd floor that says bears. What does that mean? Oh, look at all these people. Oh, they're all just having a nice time. It's literally bears! Hello, bears! How's it going? Are you on the track to maul me right now? Because that'd be kind of weird. Can we have a chat? Yeah, this place is weird. This place is very, very weird. The bears are staring at me. Shannon, don't look the bears in the eyes. They consider it a threat. Just ignore them, and let's just go to a different floor. It's okay. We don't need to look at the bears anymore. Man, Maurice would have a heyday on this. Diagrams and graphs. Can we go to the 4th floor? Archives and records sounds interesting. I don't really care about the other ones. Those are boring. There's just some people there. Hey, that's not Lula. That's the 5th floor, and that's not Lula. Jeez. Can we read any of these archives and records? Hello, can we read your secret documents? I'd really like to read the secret... we can't read any of the secret documents. Shannon, I thought you were supposed to run a revolution. I mean, isn't reading secret documents like a key part of running a revolution? I'd think you'd be good at the whole thing, you know? Apparently, Shannon is not actually very good at running a revolution. Jeez. Well, at the very least, we did make it to the 5th floor. Hello, who are you? You're not Lula. What happens to be your name? Is that record player just constantly skipping? That's not acceptable. Fix that right now. Thank you. That is so much better. Hello, clerk. How's it going? Where is Lula? Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Really? Don't answer that? Sorry, we're looking for an ingestion clerk. Are you Lula He's not Lula Chamberlain. We're looking for an ingestion clerk. Oh, no. I'm interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. Can't you, Greg? I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now on the first floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... Oh, yeah? You want to get back to your work? Shut up, Greg. Nobody cares about you, Greg. Greg thinks he's so cool. Guess who cares about Greg? Greg's mother? You know, I talked to Greg's mother the other day. Greg's mother doesn't even remember that Greg is her son. That is the level at which Greg is unimportant in the world. Greg, try harder. Okay, let's go down to the first floor and see if she's on the first floor. I'm gonna take a bet that she's not on the first floor. And we're gonna have to keep going between floors until we eventually... Oh, wait, no, she's right there. Hey, Lula. I'm here to be ingested by you, question mark? Hello, are you lost? I mean, technically, yes. Oh, what? Yes, very much so. Okay, well, let's get you pointed in the right direction, then. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned, talk to Clerk Metzenstein about that. She's just over at the end of the room. Happy to help. Actually, I'm going to have a chat with Lula, if at all possible. Oh, I can't talk to Lula. She's right there. I know because of my meta-knowledge that is Lula right there. Jeez. Hello, Clerk. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and list the last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Let's just skip it. Which one of you is Lula Chamberlain? That's probably the most important one. Oh, sure, that's her in the cardigan. She's wearing a cardigan? It's kind of hard to tell what people are wearing, given that it's all pretty basic colors. But, you know, having fun in the paperclip labyrinth. Well, you made it eventually. Lula, did you know we were coming? That's kind of weird. You look exhausted. I'd offer you a seat, but my ankles are turning on me. I'm fine. Arthritis. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. Shannon, stop being so, straight to the point. Let's just calm down a bit. I'm fine. No, you're not. Well, I'm fine. Look, I can stand. How stoic? Or is it romantic? Are you a suffering artist? Not really. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go to? I'm trying to go to 5 Dogwood Drive, if at all possible. Lula, do you know Dogwood Drive? That's funny. Do you know I used to live on Dogwood Drive? This was years ago, a grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. Was that on purpose or accidental? I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. That sounds nice, Lula. I don't need to know. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? A gas station attendant with an extra-dimensional portal in his basement told me that we had to go this way. Okay, that's just how it works. Gas station attendant, I see. Friendly blind man about my age, hangs out with an old cat, likes to pretend he's a poet. I mean, pretend? Yes! Yeah, it's right there. Pretend. He doesn't pretend he's a poet. He is a poet. He's just not a very good poet, okay? Come on now. No, you're right. I shouldn't be so spiteful. Joseph and I used to work together, and we lived together. We were friends. Friends or more. You shouldn't be anything more with a man with an extra-dimensional basement in his gas station. That's not good. But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? I don't know, because he's a sadistic old man with a portal in his basement? It's because he's still in love with me, of course, and now he's implicated you quite inconsiderably, and in your condition, it's appalling. Well, I mean, I wasn't in this condition before. I ended up in this condition through the whole process of, you know, trying to find this place. It was an accident, okay? So, I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. I mean, we do need to get there. Get over yourself. Shannon! Shannon is the kind of person who goes up, meets new people, and then just like the minute she meets them, just slaps them in the face. You're a terrible person, Shannon. Let Conway do the talking. He's got some actual manners on him. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one? That's a good question. No, it's not possible. Is it not possible, Lula? Really? Maybe I can say what's possible and not. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error name collisions, they call it. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large-Leafed Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. Might I note, Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive is a terrible name for a street, because it is so freaking long. How big of a street name sign would you need to write that on it? And so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. I mean, you could check. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Do you have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in the archives and records on the 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0 for autonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name is changed. What? What does that even mean? I guess we're going to the 4th floor. You know what I hate? I hate bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is terrible. Every time you deal with bureaucracy, you have to go from one floor to another, and so on and so forth, and you don't get anywhere. Archives and records, please. Why is Lula even letting us go to archives and records on our own? I feel like that's not the kind of thing that you just let people do. Okay. Let's see what we got. We're gonna have to plow through all these papers. Maybe the bears could help. They could assist us. Let's take a look. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. Good luck, Shannon. A small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Inside front cover, page 114. Should probably look at the inside front cover and then check out page 1 because, you know, we kind of looking for a table of contents or something. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from storage unit until we get a new file cabinet in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. We're up to F? I thought we needed like G. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. Example, cars is okay because it involves automotives, driving, brakes, but air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Okay, let's open page 1. Let's see what we can get. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, basketball fields, alleys, and parking lots. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Interesting. What's in the inside back cover? Failing Antiques Shop, folder missing, listed, checked in on page 63 but not present. Oh, would that happen to be our antique shop perchance? Check in, Failing Antique Shops, Monday, 3 p.m., signee Ed Baum. Who's Ed Baum? I've never heard of a man named Ed Baum. That is weird. Let's put the logbook away. Nothing? Me neither. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet, so I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows something else we can look. Oh, I hope the clerk knows, because this is getting a bit ridiculous. Jeez. Bureaucracy, people. This is why we don't do bureaucracy. Lula, I don't mean to be that guy, but we checked the archives, and there happens to be nothing that we're looking for in the archives, so if you could help us out on that one. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This is a cathedral. This was a cathedral not so long ago. Can you believe it? You know, I'm going to level with you. I really can't. This place looks nothing like a cathedral. I can understand why you would turn it from a cathedral into an office because, I mean, you're the Bureau of Reclaimed Sites. It's kind of what you do. But, I mean, it's not really the best place in the world to be a cathedral, just saying. And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. Well, that's not very nice. I figured it was like an abandoned cathedral. Jeez. That's where you'll find the street name records. I expect at the church, Mary Ann at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is in a miserable state. I think my leg is fine. I don't quite trust your ridiculous little doctor, whoever his name happens to be. Take care of each other. You know, we'll do our best. I mean, I try. I don't know if Shannon tries. It's hard to tell. She's kind of not the best person in the world. Very, how would you say it? Unmannerable. That's how I would put it. I wonder why. It is a fair question. Why do they have an entire floor devoted to bears? I mean, maybe that kind of question shouldn't be asked. Maybe it's a bit too much. Oh, look, it's Marianne again. Hey, Marianne. How's it going? Please don't try to tell me your life story. I don't want to hear about it. It's just too much. Conway's just going to limp his way back out here. I mean, if Conway does get his joint all fixed back up, then potentially we'll walk a bit faster, and that'd be nice. I mean, right now, Conway, you're kind of dragging your feet. What's up, Marianne? How's it going? How do you feel? Come on, Conway. Get what you need? Lula said you could direct us to the church? Ah, sure, the old storage lot. Just get back on the zero and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. Now, when you say when we hit the crystal, do you mean that we're literally going to hit the crystal, or we're going to come to the crystal? Because I don't want to crash my car into anything, but I don't quite trust this place. We drive until you hit the crystal and then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. Can I? Because that's very non-Euclidean directions, and I don't like non-Euclidean spaces. I'm quite happy with exclusively Euclidean areas, thank you very much. Well, in the very least, we'll get back in the truck and see if we can't find some place. I have no clue where we're heading to. They get back in the truck, they stay for a while. No, we're gonna get back in the truck, thank you very much. I want nothing to do with that place anymore. Oh yeah. That's a non-Euclidean space, alright. That is weird. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we shall try to navigate, I guess, a bit of the zero. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out, but we'll do our best. Until then, thanks for watching, and of course, enjoy the rest of your day.